Pardons under fire. The backlash is growing over Trump's latest round of pardons. Among those granted clemency, the Chrisleys, reality TV stars convicted of tax fraud, a disgraced chef found guilty of corruption, abuse of power, a New York tax cheat convicted of orchestrating tax evasion schemes. And the long story short is people are pissed. All right, Anna, you.
Yes. So, look, pardons are an important power that the President of the United States has. There's been some questions, though, in regard to who President Donald Trump chooses to pardon. So let's kind of go through some of the big names here, right? So take a look at this graphic. This is a graphic courtesy of CBS News. And among those who Trump did pardon are Republican politicians convicted of tax evasion, like former Congressman Michael Grimm of New York. Then you also have reality show couple Todd and Julie Chrisley, as you mentioned, Jillian. They were convicted of fraud. Their daughter spoke at the Republican National Convention. So Trump likes to reward loyalty. He likes to reward his supporters. Then there's Sheriff Scott Jenkins. And this really bothered me. Like, this one bothered me the most. This guy was literally caught on camera accepting bribes in return for deputy credentials for civilians. Okay, you need to earn those credentials, but he was essentially selling them illegally. So he got a pardon the day before he was supposed to report to prison for a 10-year sentence. Jenkins was pardoned on the day that he was supposed to go in and serve that sentence. So, like, these issues, I can understand why people are upset about it. Then there was this Republican politician, Michelle Fiore from Nevada, who was convicted of doing something pretty grotesque and should not have been let off easy. Here's what she did. Take a look.
Ahead of her sentencing, Fiore expressed gratitude to Trump and claimed a decade-long conspiracy against her. The White House confirmed Fiore had been pardoned, but did not comment on the president's decision. The pardon, issued after Fiore lost a bid for a new trial, follows an FBI investigation into her campaign spending. The Nevada Democratic Party condemned the pardon, describing it as reckless and a slap in the face to law enforcement. Interestingly, Fiore, who lacks a law degree, was appointed as a judge in Nye County in 2022.
Okay.
Now we get it.
How the hell are you a judge when you don't even have a law degree? So here's what she did. There was a slain police officer. She raised $70,000 that she was allegedly going to give to the family to help them out. You want to know what she did with that money? She took it, put it in her pocket, spent some of it on plastic surgery, which, look, I don't like to shame people based on the way they look, but girl, I don't know who your plastic surgeon is, but you're not looking good. But, like, why did Trump pardon this chick? Like, what are you doing?
But he's, okay, I agree with you, actually. I hate this so much. I think it is a stain on his presidency overall, but I would also argue I hate this period. I hate that Biden gave blanket pardons to his family. I hate that he gave Fauci a pardon all the way back to 2014.
Adam Schiff.
Probably older This is so corrupt and disgusting now. And all you have to do to break the law and get away with it is get close to whoever is sitting in the Oval. So then I get it. And you listed all the, I tried to figure this out. Like, why do we even have this? This seems insane. Correcting judicial errors, mercy and compassion, political reconciliation, executive check on judiciary. But none of that is what's happening here.
Right. Well, okay, so I don't know what happened to these investigations and this lawsuit, but there was a DOJ investigation that was launched 4 years ago because there was some evidence indicating that the Trump administration, through Rudy Giuliani specifically, was allegedly selling pardons. Okay, so Giuliani was allegedly facilitating it, and people were buying pardons.
$2 million, right?
Right, yes. So that was one of the stories. And then there was a woman who worked closely with Rudy Giuliani who filed a lawsuit against him. I believe that lawsuit is ongoing, and she also accused him of facilitating this, like, this scheme to buy pardons from the Trump administration. And that's really the only thing that can explain it to me, that and the fact that Trump likes to reward people who are loyal to him. But, I mean, you have to have some standards. And when you're talking about someone who raised charity money allegedly for an officer who was killed, and then uses that money on her plastic surgery. It's gross, it's sick, and she should be held to account. That's insane.
I just don't get the optics on it though, right? Because
They're
it's
terrible.
like, okay, so what, political capital, he wants to stay in favor of people who are conservative leaning, like the Chrisleys, for example. They very proudly espouse their conservative values, right? But for me, I feel like it looks worse on Trump
but his
pardoning them
rationale is
without any, like, it's not as if they, illegally acquired evidence or anything like that that would invalidate, like, the investigation process or the trial. There's nothing like that. It's purely for the fact that they were espousing values that he likes.
President Trump is sending a message, and that's no MAGA left behind. That is the message he's sending, and that's very intentional on his part.
Okay.
But I don't think we can have this conversation without discussing the auto pen and the thousands of pardons that came down right before Biden left office. I am not feeling good about that at all. And the fact that the Hunter Biden pardon was for 10 years, extending back to 2014, and covered his Burisma years. How is that justifiable? How many of those thousands of people that Biden pardoned, how many of them was he aware of? I would wager to say maybe like
His
one,
son.
two,
His
three.
family, the 5 family members.
James
probably.
Biden, who was involved in a very duplicitous hospital scheme down here in Florida. It was extremely shady, and no one knows exactly what went down. He was pardoned. Valerie Biden Owens, who was part of every Biden scheme going across the decades. His entire family, essentially, other than Ashley and Jill. Why were they pardoned? If they didn't do anything wrong, what is he so afraid of?
Good point. I think that's a really good point. And you know what? I mean, this is what I mean when I say, if your preferred party is engaging in bad behavior and you defend them, you have to keep in mind your preferred party isn't going to be in power permanently. When the opposing political party is in charge, they're going to look at what the previous party or previous administration did. They're going to see the precedent, and they're going to engage in the same behavior, but in a context that you're not going to like. And so that's why it's important that we, the people, hold power to account, even if it's our preferred party engaging in that abuse of power. And the Biden administration did engage in that abuse of power.
And I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I can. I do want to one quick thing.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about the fact that Trump didn't pardon himself after January 6th. He just didn't. He didn't pardon himself or his family. However, Biden did. He pardoned his family. He knew the precedent that he would be setting by pardoning himself, and he didn't take it. I think that's actually something to be applauded.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, I do, and I'm very concerned about the Biden pardons because Biden could not tell you why he did it. If he did it, we will never know, probably. Maybe his family members, but outside of that, we'll never probably get an answer on that one. But I agree with you. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, well, I can see why I can't. I don't like these pardons. I don't like any of them, including maybe the reality family. Now, there was some discussion, and maybe their sentencing was a little harsh. Now, that's a discussion worth having, but I don't like it, and I don't think anybody that's used it in recent history has done it in a way that I can defend, and I don't think we can defend it. And I think that we need to, moving forward, I think there should be more of a spotlight on it, and we should have more people from both parties that are willing to say, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I don't
I
get
agree.
it.
Yeah, and look,
I agree.
as a Californian, I've really grown to despise soft on crime BS.
Yeah.
This is soft on crime BS.
Oh, beyond.
Yeah.
I would argue it's worse, though. It's like, oh, I bought a ticket to $1 million dinner, and now my son is pardoned. It's worse, and I am extremely disappointed because I did think Trump is such an enigma to me. It's like, on one hand, I thought Elon had bought him completely hook, line, and sinker, and then he's like, I don't give a crap, and I'm giving this to Sam Altman, and your EV mandates are gone, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, oh, $1 million for a pardon?
But
you
listen,
get a pardon.
I don't think it's
You get a pardon.
You're right. It's not about money. It's about loyalty for him. It's not about money. It's not about money.
So corrupt.
This is not a
like,
kingdom.
How is there not already
It's
like
democracy.
limitations on it? Even the idea of a preemptive pardon to me, like, that is kind of
that's
crazy,
ridiculous.
a preemptive pardon, because that could kind of imply some complicity.
Without
and
question.
I know you're going to actually commit a crime, and so I'm protecting you before the fact. To me, that feels corrupt. I can see a few instances where maybe that's necessary, but
No way.
No,
That's not necessary.
Yeah, not even really.
A
no.
preemptive pardon?
Like
Come
for
on.
example, you could say, okay, well, when we switch power, I can see how the other side may weaponize this and try to use this legal loophole to get you, so I'm going to protect you. That's the only thing I can think of, right? But
Yeah, but
realistically,
that's
no,
not
it feels
that
corrupt,
baloney.
it feels wrong.
Yeah.
And why aren't there already some type of parameters around this in the first place?
I agree. I
Well,
totally agree.
hopefully more conversations like this one happen and people are more cognizant of the fact that they are being judged harshly for giving these pardons away or having them purchased.
At least they're getting less throughout the years, right? I mean, compared to
less expensive, you're saying?
No, like compared to like Harry Truman and like Lyndon B. Johnson, like past presidents.
Well, this is like the Newtonian law of motion. Like for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I think like Trump feels so besieged by. Anna, I'm just loving you today.
I know what's going on. We're supposed to fight. We're supposed to duke it out.
I just feel like
there's got to be something in there. I'll find something to tease it out of you guys.
I'm bracing myself now. But anyway, Trump was besieged by 94 felony counts, right? 94 criminal charges. Yeah. That is. Democrats wanted so badly to take him down with creatures. Oh, I shouldn't say creatures. I'm going to be nice. With people like Fani Willis and Letitia James, like all of them. They tried so hard to take him down through lawfare. I think he has every right to feel like the criminal justice is somehow predisposed against him.
No, baloney. He had these friggin' purchased. Don't even try to justify this. I refuse to allow it. You make a good point. They did try to crucify him, but he sold these friggin' pardons, and it's not okay. Oh, no.
Well, no, I'm just saying, in this regard, I actually don't think it's for money. I think it's the policy it's loyalty.
You're not wrong. I still don't agree with it.
The people that went to the Capitol on January 6th, he deeply cares about them.
It doesn't matter. You're not allowed to have riots over BLM and rob a Target, and you are not allowed.
Well, those people were never really held to account.
They go way more
I agree.
They go way more
right, but I feel as though equal.
Right, but the people who just strolled into the Capitol on that day, maybe they shouldn't be in jail for 6 months. I'm just saying.
I would look. That's
much longer.
Yeah, we would have to go through the case by case, person by person.
Yes.
With that said,
it's too
difficult
to do
we
that.
all are anti this one, it seems, and I'm gonna button it. Thank you so much for watching Her Take. If you like the show, can you help us out by subscribing to the channel, clicking the notification button, sharing, commenting, joining the conversation? It helps us out a ton with the algorithm. We appreciate you.